Hey everybody, my name is Jimmy King with Your News Detroit here for another webcast update on the Super Bowl, NFL playoffs. It's Super Bowl weekend, Senior Bowl's passed, Pro Bowl's passed, signing days passed. Michigan and Michigan State both added some key pieces. I think Michigan was ranked 14th or 13th overall by ESPN, but now we're having a little bit of struggles with the whole legal aspect of a certain individual whom Michigan signed. I'll let you read the free press and the news and yournews.com and wherever you want to get that information, because I'm not going to go into it. It's way too early to talk college football for me right now. However, it's considering we just got done with the season. It's Super Bowl Sunday weekend. Today's Friday. You're probably going to be reading this on Saturday, but just two great teams facing off against each other. The two teams we thought we were going to be there at the end from the very beginning of the season. Both teams won 13 straight games. Indianapolis won 14 straight games. The Saints finished 13-3, won 2 straight in the playoffs. Number 1 seed. Indianapolis won 14 straight, lost 2 after that. Number 1 seed still. They won 2 straight. We're back in the Super Bowl. Indies had a pretty decent time, pretty easy time getting to the Super Bowl. New Orleans had a good first round, played well in the second round too in the NFC Championship game. So the year I dubbed the year of the quarterback, we've got 2 of the best quarterbacks from each of the different conferences, at least during the regular season. Peyton Manning was by far the best quarterback in the AFC, and Drew Brees was by far the best quarterback in the NFC. So, again, the 2 best quarterbacks playing against each other in the Super Bowl, can't get any better than that. Last week, the Jets didn't really give Indianapolis any problems at all. Really easy, or 2 weeks ago, excuse me. Really easy win for Peyton Manning. Vikings gave Drew Brees some problems, but the defense in New Orleans is really what's drawing my pick towards the Saints. Now, I'm not saying straight up I'm picking them. You can read that in my column, or you can check out my radio show, which is on every Tuesday on eagleradio.org to listen online. You go to eagleradio.org, listen online. It's every Tuesdays, 7 to 9 p.m. I talk sports, I talk politics. Back to the subject at hand. New Orleans Saints, that's where we were. New Orleans Saints. Their defense, Will Smith, Jabari Greer, Darren Sharper. Their defense is extremely sharp. They look on target. They gave up a few yards to Brad Favre and Adrian Peterson, 2 of the better players in the league, better quarterbacks. Arguably the best running back in the game in AP. Some might say Chris Johnson now. But the fact that the Saints were able to force so many turnovers, they forced 5 overall turnovers, 2 picks, 3 fumbles. It's really a tribute to that defense, that discipline, that tenacious defense that forces turnovers, especially when the game's on the line at big points. If you remember, with 1 minute to go on the first half, Minnesota was driving to the New Orleans 9-yard line. Minute left in the second half, that is. Will Smith stripped the ball, there wasn't a strip. He recovered the ball. But Peyton Manning and Adrian Peterson botched a fumble. That was another play early in the second half. Was when Sharper stripped the ball from Adrian Peterson. Otherwise, he would have broke open for about a 40-yard run or so. So they forced turnovers. On the flip side, Indianapolis has a swarming defense. You're wondering why I'm talking about defenses. I think offenses are going to be it's going to be a shootout. But what defense can limit the other offense is really going to be the deciding factor. My prediction is 34-28, and I'm not going to give you the team. You're going to have to read my column for that. I grew a little bit of fuzz before the game, I guess the playoff beard, if you will. This is only like a week or so of growth, but I guess it's laziness and really looking forward to the Super Bowl, whatever. I don't know. Chuck Yeatica did it. I figured I'd do it as well, even though I didn't have 3 months to do it. Regardless, that's besides the point. Check out my radio show, The Guy Show, eagleradio.org, for Super Bowl breakdown. That's going to be on Tuesday, 7 o'clock, same time, same place, my underground command post. Talking football, Super Bowl, who won MVP, why they won MVP, why whichever team won the game, how they won the game. Talk a little NFL draft, obviously, because that's the next thing. Talk free agency, because that's free agency's almost in full full throttle anyway. Even though the Super Bowl hasn't even been played yet. I guess free agency kind of starts the day after this Pro Bowl, if we're gonna have the Pro Bowl in between the championship games and the Super Bowl. Anyway, from Eastern Michigan University, my lovely campus, I'm Jim King with Your News Detroit.